On this episode, we'll be hooking and cooking some delicious island fish, preparing super simple recipes, and hooking into a monster of a fish.
Oh, what is that?
Stay tuned! Oh, thanks for joining us again, guys. We're up early on a hunt for fresh fish for dinner. And of course, it's another beautiful day in Hawaii. Before we can catch the big fish, we gotta catch the bait. Let's go around the corner and drop some sabiki rigs. These sabiki rigs consist of multiple small hooks, which work great to catch bait fish. The bait fish we're after today is opelu, a type of mackerel scad, an amazing bait fish that all the predator fish love to eat. They are also super delicious. One of my favorite ways to eat them is very simple. First, clean and gut opelu, then cut fish into chunks, add to a bowl. Chop a fresh chili pepper, grated fresh ginger, and lastly, a dash of soy sauce. Place in the fridge overnight to marinate. This is what it looks like the next day. The soy sauce has infused into the meat and is now ready to eat. Simply eat the delicious meat right off the backbone. All the other little bones are still soft because the fish hasn't been cooked. As I edit this video, my mouth is literally watering. The taste of fresh opelu marinated in soy sauce is the definition of umami. And now let's get back to our fishing adventure. Unfortunately, the opelu aren't biting today, but we did manage to catch this nabeta. This unique little fish is highly sought after, not to be used as bait, but for more delicious eating. Stay tuned to see why this fish is so unique. And now let's go do what we came out here to do, and that's fishing for big predator fish. We weren't able to catch any opelu for bait today, so we'll use artificial lures instead. Let's try this lure that looks like an opelu and see if it works. We got all the lures in the water and now we're ready. It doesn't take long for the fish to bite when you follow the dolphins. Bam! A cute little shibi or yellowfin tuna. Let's set the lures back out and keep going. And what do we see? A bird pile telling us where the fish are. Oh, the reels start screaming. Let's go! We got some beautiful mahi-mahis on deck. Let's set the lure that looks like an opelu back out and try it again. When your lure looks like the #1 bait fish, get ready for action. We hook up to this beautiful Kawakawa or wavy back tuna. We troll around for a little longer, and then we notice how nice and calm the ocean is. Perfect conditions to do some deep vertical jigging. Let's rig up these jigging lures and see what kind of fish are down at the bottom. And what do you know? As soon as my man Dio drops his jig to the bottom, he's on. Go get him, Dio. Go. How?
Holy shit!
Ooh, that's a nice uku or gray schnapper. Oh, right on deal. These ukus or gray snappers are super delicious and very versatile. And if you like, check this video out on how to cook them. And then Dio realizes what just happened. Where did the jig go?
Probably swap. Oh, he broke the thing. Look, there was double. I had double.
The jig he was using has multiple hooks. One at the top, one at the bottom. He must have had double ukus on at the same time, and naturally the bigger one got away.
I had double.
Oh, you got fish now.
Hold him up.
Look at that beauty.
Oh, that's what I wanted. This guy's bigger.
Dio rigs up and drops again. This time the jig doesn't even make it to the bottom. Wow, what the heck is that? Oh, it's a nice Kawakawa. I was not expecting him to catch that. Oh, but you know we'll take it.
That's common.
These fish put up a great fight on light tackle.
No, go. You brought him up.
Oh, attaboy, Dio.
This is insane. Look at that guy.
Dio sends the jig back out and does it again. But this time, he hooks into something big. Oh my goodness, what the heck is this thing? Whatever it is, it's so big we gotta follow with the boat. One person says, oh, giant ahi. Another guy said, big marlin. I'm thinking giant sea bass or mermaid. 20 minutes in, I think we're getting closer. I know Dio's getting tired, but what can it be? It's coming up, everybody, get ready.
Oh, what is that?
Look, there it is.
Yeah.
What is it? Oh, that's a shark. Yeah. Oh, and it's a
Unless you didn't get the
shock.
fish. Nah,
This is a
darn.
fish
Yeah, you
we
got my
don't
fish.
want. Dio fights the shark for a little longer, and the shark decides to bite through the line. Well, we're all out of jigs now. Let's go home and eat some fresh fish. Now we're back at home. We got a smorgasbord of fresh island fish. Starting from the bottom, we got a plum kawakawa, followed by a uku, followed by another kawakawa, another uku, a small shibi, 2 mahi-mahis, and an oh so delicious nabeta. Let's cut up this small yellowfin tuna or shibi, a truly delicious fish to eat raw. In fact, do you see where Dio took a little nibble from this fish? How can you blame my man? It was a long boat ride. And here's our little delicious nabeta, a truly marvelous fish. It's so marvelous, I'm gonna leave the scales on and I'm just gonna gut it. Stay with us to the end and see how we cook this special fish. Now this, ladies and gentlemen, this is my kind of fish right here. As soon as we caught this kawakawa, I immediately took out the gills and guts. But I left one secret surprise inside. And here's the surprise. Look at those eggs. You know we gotta cook those up. And please look at that beautiful oily red meat. All this fresh fish is making me oh so hungry. Let's cut the kawakawa into strips and with a paper towel, blot the extra blood away. Now cut the strips into beautiful sashimi pieces. Whatever pieces that aren't beautiful enough to make into sashimi, simply cut into cubes. This will be for our poke. Now what do we do with all this amazing meat that is still on the bone? Well, let's take a spoon and spoon out this amazing meat. Look at all that oil, aka flavor, coming out of that fish. Delicious. The whole carcass just got spooned. Place the spoon meat into a mixing bowl. Well, what should we do with the rest of the fish carcass? Let's go down to the canal and make some crabs happy. Oh, and he is getting happy. Now we got a bunch of thankful crabs coming for a meal. Alright, let's get back to cooking. I recently picked some limu or seaweed from Oahu's west side. Chop and add it to the cubed and spooned fish. The cubed fish, which is poke, we added the limu, green onion, white onion, sea salt, fresh chili pepper, inamona, which is roasted kukui nut, sesame seed, and sesame seed oil. The spooned fish, which is the lomi, everything added except for the sesame seeds and sesame seed oil. Whoo! There you have it. On the left, Kawakawa Poke. On the right, Kawakawa Lomi. Oh, my mouth stay watering. Served with some hot white rice. Whoo! You cannot beat. The next day, we visited Oahu's oldest museum, the Bishop Museum, built in 1889. And for lunch, we brought some of that poke and the lomi, but this time with a nice light salad instead of the rice. Gentlemen, this is a great date idea and easy on the budget. The date's not over. Let's go back home and make some mahi-mahi laulau. Right now, we're peeling the stem of the luau leaf. And with the leaves, we're just gonna wash them. Cut the mahi-mahi into chunks. And with the kalo or luau leaves, we'll add a chunk of mahi-mahi, sea salt, a block of butter, and the luau stem. Each laulau will get about 5 leaves or leaves, whatever you like to say. Wrap each laulau up, and then wrap the laulau around a tea leaf. No more tea leaves, we got banana leaves today. When they're all wrapped in the banana leaf, wrap it in tinfoil. Place in a steamer for about 45 minutes. 45 minutes is done, take it out of the steamer, take it out of the tinfoil, you're ready to eat. And now remove it from the banana leaf or the tea leaf, whatever you have, and you're ready for grind. Look how moist that fish is in there. Oh, this is the most simplest, tastiest dish you can make, honestly. As I edit this video, I'm starving right now. There is just too much good food I'm looking at. We're almost done with the video, guys. Stay with us. Do you guys remember how we made those crabs happy with the fish carcass? Did you also notice that the carcass had no head? That's because we be eating the head. Simply split the tuna head in half, add sea salt, and grill to perfection. Grilled tuna head with steamed white rice, served with a dipping sauce. This dipping sauce is made with equal parts soy sauce, apple cider vinegar, chili pepper, and green onion. You gotta trust me, this is hard to beat. Delish. Oh, now what do we do with these eggs though? I know, let's make a soup. Add onions to a boiling pot. Maybe a little bit more onion. Slice garlic, beautiful fresh tomato, slice them and add them. Place the lid back on. Gather the rest of the ingredients. A very important ingredient, tamarind soup mix. Made by Nor, this is the best sinigang soup mix around. Sinigang is a sweet and sour style soup and a native dish of the Philippines. This instant sinigang soup base can be found at your favorite Asian grocer. And now back to the rest of the ingredients. And feel free to use any vegetable you have in your refrigerator. We have bok choy, ung choy, and mushroom choy. The bok choy and ung choy, we'll chop it and wash it. Now that we're boiling, let's add the tamarind soup mix. Maybe like half this package. Next up, a dash of fish sauce, followed by dried hot chili pepper. They're green, but they're hot. Now I have ginger, lemongrass, and kaffir lime leaves. Kept in the freezer, I always have them on hand. Place that medley right in the soup. And look how beautiful this Kawakawa egg sack is. Slice the egg sack and drop it in. Let's pile in the ung choy and bok choy. Oh, don't forget the mushrooms. Place the lid back on and bring to a simmer. 5 minutes later, we are simmering. The only thing I needed was a bigger pot. I wish you guys could smell what we be cooking in here. The aroma is also heavenly. Now please look at the egg sack. All the flavors of the soup is absorbed, like a delicious fish-flavored sponge. All there is to do now is plate and serve. Whoo! We have one more fish dish to make, guys. Stay tuned. And this is what I've been waiting for. This little beauty is called a nabeta, or razor rasp. They're one of the best tasting fish to pan fry. What is really unique about this fish is you fry them with the scales on. What we did simply was gut the nabeta while leaving the scales in place. All we'll do is make a couple shallow incisions with a knife so salt and pepper can flavor the fish's meat. This is what the fish's scales look like. Please remember, we want to keep as much of them on the fish as possible. The scales are edible. In fact, it adds to the fish's delicious taste. But more incredibly, the scales act like breading. When fried, the scales turn crispy, like if you were to dredge a fish in flour. Let's start oiling a frying pan. Add a few cloves of garlic. Fry the garlic until it's golden brown. What we're doing now is infusing the oil with that delicious garlic. Be careful not to burn it or the garlic will taste bitter. The garlic is golden brown. Let's take it out of the pan. Place the fried garlic on the side and let's add the fish. The fish is now frying in that garlic infused oil. What's happening now is that fish's scales is starting to crisp up. About 3 to 4 minutes on one side, we're about ready to turn the fish. We turn the fish over and would you look at that crispiness. The fried scales acted like a breading, locking in succulent moisture and acting like a crispy shell. This fish is almost done. Let's get ready to eat. Alright, here we are. We went super simple on this dish. A little salt and pepper, topped with that fried garlic that we minced. Let this delicious fish speak for itself. The only issue I see is we have 2 people for this one small fish. Ha! We'll both share one side each. The crispy scales and the moist, flavorful meat is delish. I gotta wait my turn and be patient so I can dive right in. And dive right in I did. There ain't nothing left of that fish. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We'll see you next time.